Hello, my name is the Synthetic Not So Spiritual Shaman, and I have a very, very pungent tale for those of you who think you are equipped to provide Narcan to someone who needs it, because this is a cautionary tale I have for you, because this is a crucial piece of information that they leave out of most Narcan courses. And take it from me, if anyone's going to know, it's me, because I've been Narcan. I was like an opioid, or well, more of an opiate addict, but it's heroin, which is why I had to get Narcan. But I've done it twice. I could have done it more. One time I got someone else to do it for me because I didn't have my kid on me. I've done the course 5 times, which means I can officially teach it. So they told me anyways. But I've taught many people. But I tell them this because this was taught to me when I was first in detox as a teenager by someone who worked there when Naloxone first hit the scene, because I guess there were a lot of needle happy fucking hipsters, and they wanted to get their virtue points by, you know, like fucking bringing someone back from the dead, when maybe that person who was dead was just, you know, nodding the fuck out, right? But yeah, anyways, I about 2 days ago, was at work. You know, we're in a high-risk area, so we both carry Naloxone kits. We both use them. We try to, you know, make what we're doing as much of a public service as possible. And also just, you know, don't want people dying around us, right? So, see that someone's gone out and, you know, typical signs of an overdose. And this guy trained cop was there first. I ran up and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? And they're like, I was like, what did this person do? Are they drunk? Did they do down? And they're like, down. I'm like, okay. Like, you know, if it's stuff with the benzos in it or if it's just fentanyl. And they're like, I don't know, it's just down. So I was like, okay, well, I can't do anything about the benzos in the long run. I can do something about the fentanyl, or try anyways. And so just in case, I loaded up a syringe, you know, you know, and the thing is, it's not a every second counts kind of matter. Like, really, like, if you just stumble upon someone who's like nodded out, you know, you have plenty of time to check if they're responsive, and you really should, because this SkyTrain cop was about to hit this person with Narcan. I was ready to do the same, but then I just did the best thing you can do to check how if someone's responsive at all, which is to find a pressure point right on their collarbones. You grab their collarbone like that, and you push your thumb down into the fleshy part. That'll wake up just about anyone. If they don't wake up, then you Narcan them. But you gotta make sure to like really dig it down. Don't fucking like break the skin or anything, but you know, even jab your nails in there if you have to. It's someone's life, right? And so I did that. Boom, boom. Person pops right back up. They're awake. Fucking look at that. Isn't that a miracle? And so the person was like going out of it again, and so, you know, I just kept them talking, like, you know, who are you? Where are you? You know, what are you doing? What did you do? Fucking no judgment here. Just, and they'd go out just kind of like, you know, this may sound crass, but like clap my hand in their face to keep them awake, because you want to keep them awake. Someone who's on the verge of overdosing on opiates or opioids, that means they're on the verge, just nodding, that means they're on the verge of overdosing. Overdosing means they're going to stop breathing and die. But here's the thing. Nodding it's not commensurate with like overdosing. It may be close, but doesn't always mean that someone is overdosing. So, you know, case in point, I woke this person up, and because of that, I saved them a very, very bad day. Like, because if it wasn't for me doing that, then you know what would have happened to them? They would have gone through precipitated withdrawal, because like when we had to explain this to the park board the other day, Naloxone is essentially the opposite of an opioid. Opioids are agonists, so they stick to the receptors. Naloxone are antagonists. They kick everything off the receptors, and they do it with no fucking mercy. Sorry, I'm climbing a hill. Yeah, and so the consequence is typically, and even though I was an addict, I knew what precipitated withdrawal was. The thing is, when you're in it, you know, your evolutionary mechanisms are being toyed with. You think you are dying. Like, it's like considered the worst thing anyone can experience pain-wise. And I would tend to agree, because I was like blacking out, like waking up and projectile vomiting. I've never felt cold like that, and pain like in my bones. Like, it's brutal, dude. It's absolute torture. And so what happens is, since these addicts, you know, they're in this very primal state, you gotta make it go away. And, you know, some of the few times I did fentanyl when I was in precipitated withdrawal, because it was the only thing that cut through it. You know, cut through all those opioid particles racing off your receptors. And so what will tend to happen is they'll go out, if they're unsupervised, and they'll use twice as much. But the thing is, now they don't have much of a tolerance because all the opioids were kicked off the receptors, so they overdose twice as hard, and they typically don't come back that time. So that is a huge, huge risk when you're Narcanning someone. So what I tried to do, like when I did have to Narcan people, was I made sure there were paramedics on the way and people who were going to transport that person to the paramedics. Because yes, it would take about an hour again until they're like fully functional. Last person I had to use 2 on, someone came out with a breathing machine from a nearby clinic. The 2 seemed to slightly wake the person up. That's the thing, you know, like depending on how deep someone goes, they might need 2, 3. I've seen paramedics use 10. But the people who know best are not the addicts, not people like me, they're paramedics. But you're calling them for 2 reasons. For that reason, you know, they'll know how much more to give without completely fucking their day over. And they'll bring them to the hospital so they can get monitored while they're in like a fairly precarious state. In terms of relapse, and they'll probably be given, you know, hydromorphone, Dilaudid, that sort of thing. Some sort of opioid to at least curb the pain a bit. They'll probably not detain, but hold them for, I'd say at least 6 hours before releasing them. But yeah, they don't teach this in the Naloxone courses. And just to recap, try to make sure the person is responsive and not just nodded out, because if you can wake them up, you know, wake them up, use that pressure point trick, keep them talking. This person, I was discussing when I did it last time, or well, didn't need to do it, but was close to doing it. But the last person I encountered, that situation, they were awake and they were just gabbing away for the rest of the day. They were fine. So don't just fucking go all gung-ho, you know, Charles Bronson shooting up the block with Narcan. Like, it's just not gonna end well for anyone, right? And also, call an ambulance or make sure someone was watching this person while an ambulance was on its way. One time I Narcaned someone, or well, I didn't Narcan the person myself. But I was on the bus, I identified the person overdose because they emptied their bladder all over the fucking floor of the bus. It was nasty. Yeah, icky shit like that happens. That's why they provide you with those little plastic tips, or tube things that you put in your mouth, so, you know, if they puke, it doesn't go flying back in your face. Lovely, right? But, never had that happen, by the way. I've done CPR on people, yeah, so like, we stopped by this MLA St. Simpson's office, and I was like, let's go in there. His employees probably have a Naloxone kit. So we did that, and they did, and they took it over. You know, they called an ambulance and everything. So, you know, these are proper steps. Oh shit! Look at that. 4:20, so it's the sidewalk, so I guess I gotta smoke my 3rd joint in an hour. So in any case, I hope you learned something from this, and yeah, enjoy, subscribe, bye-bye.